Salvage the Bones, Chapter 10, Second Part. Wait, I call. My voice is higher than I have ever heard it. Manny stops, turning, and his face is a magnolia flower tossing in the wind. His eyes, the bright yellow heart. Now I see it, now I don't. What, he says, when I catch up to him. Randall wanted something? Manny's eyes slid past me to the ditch, to the road, up the sky, to the sky, the color of a scoured pan. No, I say, me. I gotta go. He turns, shows me the back of his head, his hair, his shoulders. Now I see it, now I don't. I'm pregnant. He stops in profile. His nose is like a knife. And his hair grows so fast it's already starting to curl. Sweat beads at his hairline. It's yours. What? Yours. Manny shakes his head. The knife cuts. The sweat rolls down his scar. Is flung out onto the rotten asphalt. I ain't got nothing here, he says. Manny blinks at me when he says it. Looks at me head on for the second time ever. Nothing. Nothing. For some reason I see Skeeter when I blink. Skeeter kneeling next to China. Always kneeling, always stroking and loving and knowing her. Skeeter's face when he stood across from Rico. When he told China, make them know. I am on him like China. I fought Skeeter and Randall for play when we were younger. Once I punched Skeet in the stomach when we were wrestling, and my arms felt like noodles, like he had no muscle to hit. And I had no muscle to hit him with. I kicked Randall in the chest when he was picking with me and knocked the wind out of him. Once I fought a girl in the middle school locker room for laughing at my budding breasts. She sneered that I needed to tell my mama that I needed a training bra. My mama was 4 years dead then. That girl plucked my shirt where a bra strap would be and pushed me. And I turned back on her and swung blind, trying to smash her face in, kicking at her legs, elbowing her, beating her with my whole body. She was twice my size, but I surprised her before she was able to push me off. I fell over the bench, and the lockers cut a gash in my arm. But I left that girl with a knot rising purple on her head and a lip pink and tender as a pickled pig's lips in a jar. She always says hello to me when she sees me in the hallway 3 years after the fact. I'm fast. I am slapping him over and over with my hands, a flurry, a black blur. His face is hot and stinging as boiling water. Hey, hey, Manny yells. He blocks what he can with his elbows and forearms, but I still snake through. I slap so hard my hands hurt. I love you. Esh. The skin on his throat is red, his scar white. I loved you. I hit his Adam's apple with the V where my thumb and pointer finger cross. He chokes. I loved you. This is Medea wielding the knife. This is Medea cutting. I raked my fingernails across his face, leaving pink scratches that turned red, filled with blood. Stupid bitch, what is wrong with you? You! Manny grabs me under my armpits, picks me up off the ground and throws. I fly backward. My toes land first, skimming the road. Then my heels thud, but I'm moving too fast to stop, and I hit the ground with my butt. I try to catch myself with my stinging hands, and then they sting more. I've scraped the skin off. How come to me? How you come to me saying something's mine when you fuck everybody who come to the pit? You the only one I've been with. I rush him again. You better go to Big Henry with that bullshit. Manny twists and shoves me away from him again, but I take the neck of his t-shirt with me when I go. I know, I say. I know it's yours. No, it ain't. I'ma tell Randall. You think they don't know you're a slut? He spits this and it is red. I have drawn blood. Manny shakes his head and snorts. skipping backward away from me, and then he is running down the narrowing road, being swallowed by the rustling brush, and I am shaken like the leaves, like the green around me, bent in the first fingering rush of the coming winds. You are, I yell. Tomorrow, I think everything will be washed clean. What I carry in my stomach is relentless. Like each unbearable day, it will dawn. I watch Manny getting smaller and smaller, and my ribs break like dry summer wood and burn and burn and burn. The baby will tell, I scream. It'll tell. But the wind grabs my voice up and snatches it out and over the pines and drops it there to die. Randall finds me sitting in the ditch. My legs are all over the side. The blackberry vines are scratching them, and there are ants crawling on my toes. But I don't care. Tears run down my face like water, and I cover my face with my shirt. But it is too hot, and I can't make it go away. I can never make it stop. Never. Nothing. When Jason betrayed Medea to exile so he could marry another woman, she killed his bride's father, and last her own children, then flew away into the winds on dragons. She shrieked. Jason heard. What's wrong? Nothing, I tell him through the cotton. We going to the white people's house. Who? You and me. For what? We need supplies, Randall says, and the day quiets for a moment, and I can hear the breath going in and out of him. Did he say something to you? No, I wipe my face, let the shirt slide away and down. My eyes feel swollen and warm as ripe grapes. He ain't said nothing. I need your help, Esh. I have never seen one part of Randall soften when he's awake. Not the long lines of his arms, his legs like steel posts, his face always changing and making and saving and shooting things, but now, just for a breath, his face goes soft, and he looks like the baby pictures Mama took of him. Pictures of Randall I'd never seen before. Please, Ash. I bend over and scrub my face dry with my shirt, but the tears still come. I can't, I sob. Please, Randall whispers. Why? I breathe. I need you. I wipe like I could, wipe the love of Manny, the hate of Manny away, and then I get up because it's the only thing that I can do. I step out of the ditch and brush the ants off because it's the only thing I can do. I follow Randall around the house because it is the only thing I can do. If this is strength, if this is weakness, this is what I do. I hiccup, but tears run down my face. After Mama died, Daddy said, "What are you crying for? Stop crying. Crying ain't gonna change anything." We never stopped crying. We just did it quieter. We hid. I learned how to cry so that almost no tears leaked out of my eyes, so that I swallowed the hot, salty water of them and felt them running down my throat. This was the only thing that we could do. I swallow and squint through the tears, and I run. The start of my run through the woods with Randall is easier. Where me and Skeet sprinted hand in hand, Randall and I jog. I don't breathe hard at the beginning, and I force myself to ask questions, to speak through the other pain. Where's Junior? Running around somewhere in here. Skeet, him too. There are no chattering squirrels, no hunted rabbits, no wading turtles in the woods. I don't know where they have gone, but there are none here. When I look up into the sky, the gray of it is shaking as I run. I see birds in great flocks that would darken the sun if we could see it through the thickening clouds. They are all flying away, all flying north. The flocks break and dip and soar, and they are Randall's hands on a basketball, Skeet's on a leash, my legs in a chase. I watch them until they vanish past the trees, and then there is only us, the woods, the leaves, the rattling underfoot. Vines catch my arms and my head. We tear through until we break out into the clearing before the fence, the field, the barn, the house, and I drop to my knees, and Randall leans back as if he would fall, both of us breathing hard, looking wet and newly born. There are no cows, no egrets. Randall leaps over the fence without using his hand, jumps high as a deer, but I crawl through on my stomach, my belly feeling like a bowl sloshing with water. I swallow most of it now, and my face is wet with mostly sweat. We pick our way across the field, kicking at cow droppings and mushrooms. The grass seems denser, thicker. There is no blue truck, no white man and woman, no chasing dog. The windows of the house and the barn have been boarded over with thick pieces of plywood. But when I put my ear to the board over the window, that skeeter broke when Randall holds me up, one arm around the soft push of my abdomen and the other arm like a set under my butt. I can hear the cows, big and stupid, shuffling in the barn, letting out little lowing complaints, knocking the walls as if they are looking for escape. I wipe my eyes. The house, Randall says. Randall lets me down slow. The wood is rough under my hands. When I look at the boards in front of me, I see one dark splash like paint, one maroon tear from where Skeeter fell out the window. It's his blood. I wonder if the old limping man smiled when he saw it, felt some kind of joy at the fact that the boy was hurt, or if the limping white man just shook his head as he boarded it over. The anger making the hammer fly bad, bend the nails crooked so that they curve like commas. The boards of the house are more even, more secure. They are not a patch-up of boards of different sizes like our house. There is no glass left peeking through the cracks, only plywood closed smooth and tight as eyelids. Here, Randall tries to slide his finger between the board and the wall, but only his fingernail fits. You try, he says, but my fingers will not go in either. I don't even think Junior's could. We should have brought a crowbar. I shake my head. Fuck, Randall yells. He punches the plywood and it dents, dimples in the middle, and there is the sound of breaking wood and breaking glass. When he pulls his fist back, he split the skin, smashed it, and he leaves blood on the board. He holds his hand. His face looks like how I imagine the glass behind the boards look, hard and lined, each piece sliding away from the other where they split, black in the cracks. His eyes look wet. Shit. The blood pools in valleys between his knuckles, rose to waterfall between his fingers. He looks at me. I couldn't do it even if I did have a crowbar. You ain't Skeet, I say. The taste of my tears is like raw oysters. We have to, Esh. It's too thick. We have to try. Randall kneels his chest like he's putting on pants, and then he kicks the heel into the center of the plywood where he dented it. The glass behind it shatters. He kicks again, and the wood splits. It sounds like a shot. Randall stops, and we both look around scared. But there is no old man swinging a gun like an axe, no pink-dressed woman, just the cows lowing in the barn in the dark, the wind rustling past the trees, the air so wet and hot it could be rain. One more time, Randall says, and then he kicks again, all of his muscles straining against the hot day. The sealed gingerbread house and the board cracks in two, but will not fall because of the nails, and Randall is crouching on the ground, clutching his bad knee. The wrong knee, he said, and blows on his kneecap like he scraped it bloody and he is trying to blow away the pain and grit, like Mama did to our scrapes when we were younger. If the scrapes were on the front of our knees, she would put our dirty feet in the middle of her chest to clean the wounds, and we could feel her heart beating, strong as the thud of the ground when we walked through our souls. Look inside. I put my eye to the slit, and there is darkness and the gauzy glow of curtains. Under the darkness, there is an empty smell of potpourri and pine saw. 2 fingers can fit through the crack, nothing more. There's nothing here. It smells clean. Probably took everything when they evacuated. Randall rubs the skin around and below his knee. She looked like the type of woman that wouldn't leave nothing to spoil. Randall laughs, but it is dry and scrapes past his throat like brown leaves scratched along the ground by the wind. Come on, Randall says. Randall clutches his hand to his chest when he walks, hopping on his bad knee. I stop at the edge of the clearing, look back at the barn, the cows safe in it. I could see them brushing against one another in the rank hay, dark, their wet noses turned up toward the ceiling, wondering where the blue has gone, the bitter green grass, their bird familiars, how they'd crave the touch of a wing. On the walk back, it is weird to see Randall walking without swinging his long, loose arms. The wood is a sleeping animal, still empty. It is all wrong. I hear the rustling before Randall does, and I have to reach out to him since he has been watching his bad knee. Look, it is China. She drops something rust-colored, then shoves her nose in it from side to side like a screwdriver. Then she points with her head and dives into what she has dropped. Rolling in it, she moves like smoke, the pink pads of her feet waving in the air. Her eyes are squeezed shut. She wears a wide, gum-bearing leer, her fur is turning red. What is that? Randall asks.